Laptop, extra wires. Did I forget anything? Hey, I'm Elise, and I'm the robotics coach for Riverside Elementary. It's the big day. Today is the Robotics Championship, and my team is so excited to compete this year. Well, excited and a little nervous. You see, this year we are going up against a team that has won the first place trophy for the past 5 years. Yeah, talk about pressure. I think the team is a little worried about what's going to happen. I know the team is ready and they will do their best, but that nervous or worried feeling is kind of hard to control sometimes. Have you ever been worried about something? Maybe you are going somewhere new and you don't know the other people that will be there. Or maybe you have to stand up and talk in front of your whole class. Sometimes we don't always know what to do when we feel worried. Maybe you're like me and wonder, what can I do when I'm worried about what is happening? When I have big questions like this, I like to look in the Bible, because the Bible is God's true message to us about Himself. And in the Bible, there are true stories about how God helped people who were worried or nervous because of their situations. Just like this story in the book of Nehemiah, where God's people were faced with a big problem that had them worried. Let's check it out together.
Jerusalem's wall was rebuilt. A man named Nehemiah heard that Jerusalem's walls had been broken down and its gates burned. This news made Nehemiah very sad. He cried, prayed to God, and didn't eat for many days. Nehemiah said to God, "See and hear me as I pray for my people, the Israelites. We have sinned and haven't followed your commands. But you told our ancestor Moses that if your people return to you and obey your commands, you will bring them back to the place you chose for them to live. You are the only one who can rescue us. Please be with me and give me favor as I talk to the king." After Nehemiah prayed, he told the king that he would like to return to Jerusalem so he could rebuild the wall around the city. The king gave Nehemiah permission to go to Jerusalem. The king supplied the materials the people would need to rebuild the walls and gave Nehemiah official letters that would keep the people safe as they traveled. 3 men heard about Nehemiah's plan and were very upset and angry. As Nehemiah and the Israelites began to rebuild Jerusalem, these men made fun of the Israelites, trying to discourage them. Nehemiah told them, "God is the one who will make us successful." Nehemiah and the Israelites kept working on the walls, but their enemies made plans to attack them and stop their work. God's people grew discouraged.
Let's pause here for a minute. You see, God's people had a big job to do. They were supposed to rebuild this huge wall around the whole city of Jerusalem. It was a big project. But then they had people who came and made their job harder. These people made fun of them and even tried to stop their work. The people rebuilding the wall around the city were afraid, but Nehemiah reminded them that God is the one who would make them successful. God knew their situation, but they were still discouraged. Let's see what happened next.
Nehemiah reminded the people that God was with them. "Do not be afraid. God is great and powerful." So God's people went back to work. Some stood guard with weapons and others worked on the wall. Some men worked with one hand and held a weapon in the other. They were always ready to fight, just in case. Nehemiah was a wise and good leader while they worked. In just 52 days, the wall was complete. When all of Jerusalem's enemies heard that the wall had been rebuilt, they were afraid because they knew God was with His people.
When God's people were feeling worried about what was going to happen, Nehemiah told them that God knew their situation. When they got back to building, God helped them finish the wall in just 52 days. The wall they built reminded everyone, including their enemies, that God was always with them. Amazing, right? Whenever we are nervous or worried because we aren't sure what will happen in a situation, we can remember that God knows us. He knows our situations and will help us no matter what is happening. So, If you ever feel worried about what's happening in your life, just remember that God knows you. He sees your situation, and He loves you and is ready to help.
Coach Elise, we're here. Are you ready?
Speaking of my team, sounds like they're here. Time to head to the competition. I'll see you later.